Sunday, Monday, Monday through Sunday, yo. Maybe I'll love you one day, maybe we'll someday grow. Till then, just sit your drum on that fuck runway. I can't be your Superman, can't be your Superman, can't be your Superman, can't be your Superman. I can't be your Superman, can't be your Superman, can't be your Superman, your Superman, your Superman.
Soldier Boy tough. Hey, I got this new dance for y'all called Soldier Boy. You just gotta punch, then crank back 3 times from left to right. Soldier Boy, I'm in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that Soldier Boy? That Superman. Now why me crank that Soldier? 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 Now what? Soldier Boy, I'm in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that Soldier Boy? That Superman. Now why me crank that Soldier? 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 Now what? Soldier Boy, I'm in it.
Superman there. Yeah, wow, we got the bean and snap over there. Hello. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to this Peacemaker Live, Season 2, Episode 2. Hopefully everybody's feeling good, smelling good, and hitting that like button up on entry. Ashley, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I feel well rested. I had like a 3-hour nap today, off till Wednesday. I couldn't ask for a better Friday. But yeah, I'm ready to get into all of the things. We had some action last night, so I'm definitely ready to get into it, Tyra.
Action, eagerly doing the most. But we're going to start where we always start. Ashley, what were your overall thoughts about the action in this episode?
I really, really enjoyed this episode, especially in comparison to the premiere, child. This was head and shoulders above the rest, in my opinion. And you know, I love it when I'm right, Tyra. And I told you the band would be all back together by the next episode. And alas, we're back together. For all intents and purposes, the gang's all here. Absolutely here for that. I mean, Chris is gonna Chris, right? Peacemaker is gonna be inept and delayed and a little bit different. And it was only a matter of time before he says, listen, I need to assume the other Peacemaker's identity. He had a better life than me. Let me go over there. I liked how the story's progressing. I like we make this other team of agents, this ragtag ladies man over here. I enjoyed it. The comedic beats, I think, were there and working on all cylinders for me. Very interested in this hardcore situation. Very, very interested to see what that's going to look like. But I liked it overall. I thought it was a strong episode.
This episode was cute. I like the first one better, of course. I like the tempo of the first episode better. I do like where we're going, but I'm also concerned about it. Where you may be seeing the gangs all here and back together. I saw the gang hanging out for a function and we just as separate as ever. I didn't feel the community. I want us to be bearing arms and kicking down doors and busting down hallways as a team. We're not there quite yet. But everybody alive and kicking, if that's what you mean. We got some new additions here in this episode, and I love those because, baby, ladies man gonna ladies man every single time, and eagerly did what needed to be done. Because get your ass out my house. But with that being said, I thought the best way to start was to start here because tell us something that we don't know. Were we at all surprised about Rick Flag Sr. having a little vendetta? We're not surprised. I mean, they laid it out all open this episode. Like, oh, he got there and he has an agenda to be there. Really? We have him before he could even put his tushy down in his seat good enough. You also have Economos trying to kiss up. Like, I don't care about any of that. I want to know what happened to my son and why. You can see that he personally went through whatever hurdles to get this exact job, just to get access to those files, just to see what happened to Rick Flag Jr. And we knew this last episode. Not only does he have a vendetta, but I'm going to sit, watch, and wait to catch you in something, because I guess we're still trying to go the legal route and put him behind bars. I don't know. I guess he's not trying to just get out there and lay hands on Chris, but I can lay hands on you in another way via this job. He is the top priority, not only because it's some strange activity being monitored from the house, but you killed my son, so now I have to seek revenge. Ashley, were you surprised?
Yeah, no. We said it's V for Vendetta all day. We already knew where this was going. Very predictable. I do like how he's got this anger issue right below, just bubbling over, and we can tell that while he's trying to go about it legally, like I'm gonna get him thrown in prison and all of the things right now. That's only temporary. When that doesn't work, it's immediately going to be bloodshed. And I mean, I like this actor. I think he's doing it fairly well. Did I need a recap of the death and unaliving? I didn't need that. Did we need to understand why he would feel the feelings that he had or that his hunch was right or wrong? Not so much, but I think they're really trying to make this a thing. And he's going to be one of our villains for all intents and purposes this season, which is fine. I just don't know if I see it fully there yet or if I'm really fully invested in it. It's just so by the book ABC. I don't know if I care that much, right? Like usually you want it to be really deep, and he said for peace, I gotta take you out, buddy. It was what it was last season, so I don't know, Tyra. I'm very lukewarm on this whole V for Vendetta revenge plot that we're going to see unfold, and Economos, how that's going to work, because he knows more than he's telling his friend group. And I'm really interested to see if his moral character is going to shine in this episode, or if he is really kind of just be kind of the mole. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. Economos is just content constantly. We'll get to him, but he likes to do nothing. I'm content, nothing. I'm just existing. Don't ask me any questions. I didn't see nothing. I don't know anything. But he does have a dilemma now because he actually has friends for what seems to be once in his life. But Rick Flag, I'm hoping that this story arc grows and it's not just strictly revenge. We know that. And who wouldn't want that? Because Rick Flag Jr. went out in the worst way. He was trying to be a good man, Savannah, and Peacemaker was trying to have peace. But I hope that this is something for Chris to confront and atone for, because he made sure. I said, "You really gonna play the whole scene from the squad? We're gonna see the whole death, relive it again." And maybe this isn't something that Chris is, fully moved on from, as he would say. First of all, Chris is not okay. I don't know why we trying to go into that first episode like he was cool. He is not okay. So whether it's daddy issues, family, whatever, the lack of a brother, or this situation here with him, unjustly taking out Rick, he hasn't really atoned and confronted these things in a way that would make him personally okay. Because as far as Chris is concerned, that what I need is I need to be a woman. I need to be a woman. I need to be loved on. Harcourt, what are you doing later? No, it's a lot bigger than that. You really need some help. So maybe this is something he'll have to confront. And in the midst of a standoff, we'll get something, because I don't know what we're gonna get. Because Chris wakes up emotional and crying, so I don't know what depths we could go with that. But I'm hoping that we shine something more on Rick outside of just revenge, and it affects Chris, because it's a little stale and predictable, and we don't like stale and predictable.
No.
We want to keep us guessing. But moving here on to Chris, child, the Great Depression. He's so sad. He's so sad. Like all the naked bodies just chilling in the house, just having my coffee. What, you want some of this? Oh, some of that. You want some coffee, girl? I thought you said you wanted some of this. My bad, son. Let me go and pour you up a cup of Joe. He's just passing through. Chris is just existing. Also, he's so down on himself in his life that he's just we can't help. I know we need to make this look like spit for him to go on over there into that other dimension because it's so great. But it felt like last season we were leaving off with some type of closure. That old Chris was that old Chris, and now I'm a different somebody. I saved the world. I have friends. I have purpose. And I also stood up to my father. No, Chris is just as damaged and depressed as he was when we first met him. So this just doesn't seem to be enough for him. And that's what I really think we're going to get to with him. If we're going over into another dimension, it's only for us to appreciate what we have here, because how great is it really? It looks great, but we really don't know. So it has to be that. But this just doesn't seem to be enough for Chris. And we want him so badly to go to some therapy and stay away from those 9,000 dimensions and those doors that he has access to. And of course, the friends are going to be here. But are we going to listen? We're not. Actually, what do you think about Chris and his Great Depression? Because he couldn't get that body in there if he tried. He kept rolling out, which was absolutely comical.
Just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. I mean, we got to call Vigilante in to do everything at this point. I like I think it's true to just the nature of life and trauma. Like, just because you get out of a situation and you survive it doesn't mean necessarily that you're healed from anything. I don't expect anything else from Chris. Like, I didn't expect him to come and be self actualized and realized that's just not his character, right? I expected him to be needy as ever, and that's exactly what we're getting. He is the biggest baby that there could possibly be, always seeking external validation from others. So when we have our get together and it's like, yeah, Harcourt's not giving me any play, but I go back through these text messages or these pictures and I see me in the other dimension being loved on. Let me go immediately there. Let me forget everything else. Let me forget that I'm not the same Chris that exists there. Different personalities, all of these things. He just has no awareness to me. And I mean, are his friends doing him a service yet? I don't know, because we never really see a moment fully to me where somebody like, Chris, you just it never is that fully. But it's cute for now. But where do we go from here? That's my thing. Like, we know Chris doesn't have a ton of depth, right? He's like as shallow as a kiddie pool. But I'm really hoping he gets pulled out a little bit more. When I was watching last night's episode, I was like, James Gunn must be stopped. Like, he is like, oh, Jesus. But we'll see. I'm interested in this. It was good to see child Leota. I'm gonna call her that because I can never pronounce her last name. Here in her dramas and issues. But my thing is, all of them are damaged. So how can anyone be the voice of reason or provide counsel to anybody else? Because y'all are all in a pickle. She's in a pickle with her woman. Vigilante's just vigilante. Harcourt is crying for pain. It's just a mess all around. He might have
That's
to go to
why
the other
they need
dimension.
each other.
But
So,
two damaged
I don't know.
people just be more damaged.
I'm concerned with, and I know we're probably going to get some light from Chris when he gets over into that other dimension. But even with this Great Depression, there's just such a bubbly, greener side of life with Chris. Like, he's gonna find a silver lining in something, and he finds these happy moments in the dowdiest of situations. It's just completely depleted here. When he stood there with that naked woman, yeah, like, oh, can you get these people out of my house? Can you just get them out of here? He's just so down. It seems like he's worse off than he was before, and that's just really, really concerning because we had unity last season, so it's like, can Peacemaker never have peace? Is that his game?
Listen, Abundance says Peacemaker can't be redeemed in their eyes.
Well, redeemed is a strong word. We just trying to live life, just trying to live life and try to have some type of positivity. But Edebayo, what is her narrative now? Everything, and maybe this is why I didn't like this episode as much as not to say that it was bad or anything, but if I had to pick, it would be that first one. We have, a change in plans in this X here, because we're not together, baby. This isn't a break. We're not together. You need to message me before you just walk into the apartment. And what looks to be maybe ending this relationship, or it's just in a gray area to where they're not okay right now because she wants to go off and start a business, and she's a different person with different plans than they were here. And we were supposed to go back to Gotham. Where are we going with this? Because I don't care. They never really invested a lot of stock in their relationship for me to like, oh, come on now. Come on, Tasty. I need you to hold on to that one. It's a good woman. Like, we don't really know who they are. She was just kind of cooped up in the hotel, kind of a lady in waiting last season. So now it just seems like, is it really that deep? To where we're this disgruntled to where I don't even want you by me. When she said I love you, she didn't even say it back. Like, I'm just over it because you're willing to jeopardize your livelihood, your whatever, to be out here doing what? A private contractor? Like, what are you doing with your life, with our plan? I don't want anything to do with you, but I would like to care about it. What I don't want is for her narrative to be like super unserious and like fully realized. Because if we're gonna do that, I want to see her out in the world with this, even if it's a failure, even if it's a failure and she's not making any money off of it, just really trying these things. Because before it was this obstacle of finding out who she truly was outside of this vet business or what her mom wanted her to be, and like, well, no, I do have this underbelly of action, taking charge, fighting, problem solving. I want to take my life in a different direction. Hope my mom, isn't too pissed off. But now that that's over and we're from underneath that and lying to the group or Chris, who is she now? What I don't want her to be is the black side kick, savior to Chris. Don't do that.
Well,
I
you
still,
know, they
I
love a magical Negro. You
I
know.
know. I don't want that. Even if that is, a part of it because they are very close friends, I do want her to still have her own autonomy in her life. And it's, well, that's that. I'm gonna be there when Chris needs me. But when I'm not over here giving advice or trying to save Chris from himself, I'm over here doing X, Y, and Z by myself and for myself. Because I feel like all of the other characters, they kind of have their own thing. And where we get here with her, it's just like Chris needs me. I don't want that all the time. Ashley.
Yeah, the most interesting relationship that Adebayo or Leota has was with her mother. That's the gold, that's the magic, that's what needs to be explored for me to be interested because this little waif of a wife or woman that she has, I could give a damn. You would have thought Tasty gave the cakes away. The way she treated her, like, let me turn my back to you and I can't, I love you. Like, it was just so bizarre. All about a job because she took a job and she came back home and saved. Like, you have all of this animus. I think it's unfair if they're not going to explore that fully or have given us a lot of time with them and their dynamic in this relationship and what it really looked like and who they were to each other. Um, it's really hard to give a damn at this point. I was like, I don't care, and it just seems ridiculous. The anger, the separation, all of it just seems so out of place. But side note, why is everyone living in squalor
I
and
knew you were going to say
degradation
that.
with dirty walls and dirty
I
doors?
knew you were
I
going
was
to say
so
something
disturbed.
about the apartment.
Outside of everything, I said, did she not work? Is everybody poor? Like, none of y'all got a job
Told
that's
you.
paying anything?
I did.
All of the walls were dirty. When she
Yes,
used that key to get in, I said, whose house is this where you living now? In the slums on Skid Row? I
baby.
was just,
No, stop it. We have made it very clear outside of maybe, and we I don't think we've been to Economos' place, but he has maybe a job that could afford him some. This is not a lucrative situation. None of them have money. Like,
their mama had money. They didn't seem like they were living this bad last season.
they were in a
Oh,
hotel last season. They were in like a
oh.
shoddy hotel. They weren't
Oh
anywhere
God.
fabulous.
Okay, but I don't know. A white refrigerator, Tyra. I was just really outdone. I'm like, you have a mother. She didn't have a
Right.
trust fund for you. Like, oh God.
Well, maybe, and I'm thinking that's something I wanted them to explore because I too looked at the walls. I was like,
Why are
huh.
they dirty?
Because remember when she took the position overall for money and opportunity because the business was on a little landslide and we're gonna get this money, do this for my mom, and go back to Gotham. I'm guessing Mama cut off funds. We haven't explored that side, especially with Viola Davis. Her dynamic as a character, she's very
Absolutely.
interesting, extremely intense. And you get into Adebayo, baby. She's just this nice, and calm, and
That's what we
kind of
need.
the opposite of her mother. So those dynamics would be great to see in the same scenario. I don't have a iron in the fire for wifey.
I don't. We need Mama back now. I know Viola's expensive, James, but you got a cute coin, so go and get her, and bring her over here. Yes, but the white refrigerator is the dirt of it all. I was disgusted. And then another thing, when she said, "Yeah, the plan was to go to Gotham." Gotham is the ghetto. Why would anyone go to what? Me with Ty? Why would I be with
Because they
Ty,
don't have
Tyra?
any money. Well, no, at first they were going to go back to where they were and kind of try to rehash
Go
whatever
somewhere else.
failing business. But once she realized, like, I need to get out of here, the pressure to lie to Chris and my mom is just too much. And it was like, okay, we're going to pack our things and just go to Gotham and start there because it is so cheap. but they didn't make it there. But
Baby, Gotham's worser. They will be living in the Penguin's lair if they go to Gotham. I can't handle it. Go to Smallville. I hate this, Tyra. Anyway.
Smallville, actually, somebody say,
You know I've been on my Smallville kick.
oh, Smallville. No, actually, I knew you were going to say something about this damn.
It was also dirty.
But justice for Vigilante. What you're not going to do is play with him, okay? This is not just the cleanup woman. Don't call him for this. I was with Vigilante, even in his own quirky way. Like, you had a sex party and didn't invite me? Well, I didn't even think you were into sex. It's not about me being into the sex. I'm really not. But I could be into the sex with my friend. I just want to spend time with you, bud. Like, he loves Peacemaker so much. He's there. It's borderline obsession, but we kind of grew out of that last season when he got into the field and he was doing his own dirty work and catching his own bodies and being his own hero. Whatever you want to call it. But here it's just like Chris is so mean. Chris is so mean and so honorary as far as Vigilante is concerned. And I think he needs to treat him better and he deserves better. He shows up just as chipper as he wants to be. And it made me concerned because I was like, Ashley had her ass here last live. I was like, do not play with Vigilante because it feels like you don't miss a good thing until it's gone. It's going to take him to really good hurt to be like, you are my best good friend, and I do appreciate you, Vigilante. Please come back to us. Don't be trying to take him out. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Because why are you talking to him like this? I know that he may not be, the favorite person or whatever, because he does have his little annoyances and quirks, but that's what makes him him, and they've grown with it. And Chris grew in a polite affection for him last season also. So why are we getting here with all this attitude when I'm here to help you clean up a body and you're entrusting me enough to even allow me access in here to know that it's just going to stay between us. Our friendship is solid. There's nothing I won't do for you. I was about to break into the prison and kill your pops just so you could have a better life. Like, he loves him. Treat Vigilante better immediately, and I don't need them trying to take him out for us to realize that he means something. Ashley?
I don't like being right all the time, but I told you by the end of the season, they are going to take out Vigilante. You don't miss the water, Tyra, till the well runs dry. Outside of his champagne water dance out there in his drawers on the rooftop, this has always been the dynamic. He's always been kind of the sycophant, the fan, of Peacemaker. But I love you, Peacemaker. You're my best friend. Like, we're the best. And I don't think we'll fully appreciate him or Chris will fully appreciate him till he's gone. And at this point, he's a cleanup woman, a woman who picks up all you scraps you girls leave behind. Vigilante is who I would want on my team. He is a ride or die. He is really that one in your corner. Good or bad, I'm going to be down for you and support you. But he's not appreciated. Even that picture you have on the right, Tyra, is like this is your end. Like, where are the wings at? Tyra, because at this point he is going to be taken out. He's somehow going to get caught in the crossfire. I really will be interested to see how long he lasts because, again, to me, this is kind of the straw that'll break the camel's back in terms of Peacemaker's sanity. Because he'll acknowledge and know after Vigilante's gone, like, I should have treated him better. I should have held him better. Because even when Vigilante walks in the house, oh, like, you had a party without me? Like, oh, you did this without me? You're doing everything without me? Like, I hate how Vigilante's treated because he literally is my favorite. He literally.
Is. So don't be trying to take him. I mean, if you want him to be severely injured, cool. He can heal up for the next season. Don't take him out, please. We need
coma.
A little piece of a coma is cool just for a little while. But we need his energy around. He's just so precious, and I love him. Like, don't play. What I do think is going to happen, because he is the only one who knows about the way back. Shout out to Sherman. Love me some Sherman, but he's the only one who knows about these dimensions and where to go, how to get in there. I'm sure with Vigilante being who he is, he paid attention to the code. We're going to be looking for Chris. He's going to be the person to lead them to water to go, come on, crew. He's probably here in X, Y, and Z because he knows. But save my baby.
He's going to go over there to try to see about Chris. And I think that's when he'll meet his end. Because the daddy over there and the brother over there are not to be trifled with, I'm sure.
Yeah. Don't get lost in the way back. Shout out to Peabody and Mr. Sherman. Mr. Peabody and Sherman. Oh Lord, but I'm not gonna put any weight on that because he has to stay. We need him. But just quit your job, bro. Just quit your job. Clearly, we gave him this assignment for this exact reason. Like, it's this isn't going to end well for Economos, and I don't want to see it. And he's like, "Girl, quit my job for what? I love this dysfunction they have. This welcome back Carter party for Economos. This rooftop party." And you really get to see how much they miss each other. They enjoy each other's company. It's a strong, friendship, especially over here with Adebayo. And it's just like, we quit my job and do what? What are you guys doing? I want to have purpose. I do want to do something. Above all else, I do want to survive and not live in squalor and make some money, even though it doesn't seem like he leaves that damn van or truck or whatever the hell he does surveillance in. But I do, this is all I know how to do. He is going to be stuck at a crossroads, which is really not one of those because he's already lying. He's already keeping things. Um, this is going to just put him in a poor predicament to, I guess, kind of maybe give up his livelihood and his station and his job because they know that something's going on, and he, in my opinion, has already chosen his side because he's lying. Ashley, what do you think about Economos in the direction that he is going? Because he ain't quitting the job.
That's what I feel like. I feel like this is going to be his moral dilemma throughout the entire season is do I go with the only friends I've ever known, people who really treated me as a friend for once in my life with my dyed beard, or do I go ahead and stay here where I'm getting this cute coin? Because I mean, when he and Adebayo are having their conversation, and he's like, yeah, so she's like, quit, and he's like, huh, that's working out well for you? Like,
Are you
you
making
making any money over there? She said, no. Yeah, he's not equipped for that life. He's like, I'm not built up. I'm sure he has a well appointed place somewhere. He's probably the only one that has a well appointed place. But I mean, with his skill set, he should be able to go anywhere. I honestly expected him to take more of a stand or at least be smarter in the situation with Flag earlier in the episode. I thought he might have been like, no, I don't know if I can get that. Like, I don't have the clearance. I don't have the wherewithal, the knowledge to get that. I think there was a way to weasel out of that rather than delivering him that file in 5 minutes. I do also think he's kind of chosen his side, but we'll see because, again, these are the only friends, family that he's ever had. It'll probably be one of those ninth hour situations where he's already given over so much information and spilled so much tea. And when it comes down to the wire, when he's really about to go next level as far as his vendetta and revenge, when it gets past legal means, I think that's probably when he'll pop out. I just hate that I feel like it's going to take him all season to get there.
Probably so, because it's not even like, well, and not only can I not quit for financial reasons, but we need like an inside man here to get intel. They've already divvied up what they're allowing you to know and share because they know that you are, already biased. We shall see. We shall see. But there has to be a bigger purpose of him being here than to just have this moral dilemma. Because it's not really a dilemma if we had a rooftop function. Tim Meadows is here and I'm excited about it.
It is. It is. It is.
The way I love Tim Meadows down, like, oh my goodness. Titties and bird blindness. It's all right. You're going to be all right, titties. Stay strong, titties.
It is. It is. It is.
Girl, it might as well have been like the ladies man on a mission. Anybody who's seen Ladies Man, or if you were a semi early on fan of SNL, you know that this was giving Ladies Man. Ladies Man, if he was working for an agency. Baby, Langston is here to keep an eye on Economos and keep him honest, but he's also here to keep us laughing. I could care about what he's here for in a business sense. When I tell you Tim Meadows and his quirky, kind of dry humor, it just works. I don't care. This is the perfect scenario. I was like, I didn't even know we needed Tim Meadows here until he got here. It just fits. It's very nostalgic to have him here. He brought me instantly back to an SNL or a Ladies Man or a Mean Girls. It's just so good. It's just so good. And he doesn't have to even try, but I thought he was hilarious this episode. And he gave me something I didn't know I needed. The show's already funny via so many characters. It's like, what are you going to offer that we don't already have? I'm giving you Tim Meadows and I'm just showing up. I swear, like, did he even have a script? I don't even think he had a script. I think this is just all free flowing. It's improv. Ashley, how did you feel about titties and bird blindness?
Loved it. And I think this is what really made me really enjoy this episode. Like, his comedic timing is completely unmatched, hilarious, beginning to end, from the nicknames to the bird blindness. He was like, it was a duck. I said, I've never seen a duck like that, sir. I said this, and I do. Improv is his ministry, child. So I wouldn't be surprised if most of his scenes were improvised. I think this was the most, as far as comedy is concerned, you're right. There are comedic beats. These were the best for me personally that I've seen during the whole series. He's a blessing. I love him here. I love his ragtag team. Why the only woman gotta be titties? Like, you don't, nothing else about you stood out. Just titties. And I like how he gives, if you remember, you never watched The Office, but there is an episode where he's on The Office and he and Michael Scott go to Chili's. And just honestly, like, it gave me callbacks to that. He's just one of the most hilarious people ever. But love this dynamic. Love his team, whoever's left. Eagly did his biggest one. So I don't know who's left, but I'm very, very curious about how long we're going to go and why he would lead any mission.
Girl.
The way he was running out there. The way, titties.
Titties. Oh my God, titties. No, titties. It's all right. Hold on, titties. I got you. Let me put pressure on you, titties. Girl said, oh, look at him. He looked like he got all the Pokemon. The what? The Pokemon. Like, oh, Lord. Child, when he looked at Adebayo, said, yeah. Mm-hmm. Did I sexualize your friend, one of your best good friends, huh, Economos? Because I was thinking about tapping that ass.
Just ridiculous. Just ridiculous.
Girl, more Tim Meadows, please. It could never be too much. But no, he doesn't seem the most equipped. He is very comical. So if you were gonna send someone to do hyper surveillance on top of surveillance and keep your eye on Economos, you sent Tim, you sent Langston to get her done.
Listen,
all right,
giving us the rules of Emily Post as far as a party. No, because when you go to anybody's house, you bring a housewarming gift.
Housewarming gift. That's what you do. You know, you losers. Not me. I'm a different kind of person. I'm gonna bring a gift because that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what
it makes the house warm. It's the house warming when you bring a gift, and you might forget it and come back. So we're gonna wait, girl. Come on, Tim Meadows. I love.
I need more of his lore. I need more of the stories. Because you're right, Duce. He was two women. I was with two women.
Two women.
Yeah, one redhead and one.
Yeah. Just like, what?
I can't.
Very ladies' man. But speaking of that, baby, Eagly handles business. Eagly! Girl, I was like, oh, okay, we're in the house. There's nobody there. They're definitely going to get in that room. Child Eagly was waiting, watching, and willing to protect the home front. Did you expect Eagly to do this much damage? We know that the first thing Eagly's going to always do is protect Chris. We're going to be there, F everybody else, but I'm going to protect Chris. It was like it was a personal vendetta to get these people out of this home, breaking and entering. I don't know what's going on, but you're going to be missing an eyeball and in main arteries and have something in your neck when I get done. Did you expect all of this from Eagly this episode?
No, this was bedlam. This was a melee. I loved it, but I was not. All I kept thinking throughout these scenes, the home invasion and Eagly defending the home front, was it's illegal to kill a bald eagle. You can't kill an eagle. Like, y'all stop shooting at him. That's all I kept thinking. Don't touch Eagly. Don't touch him. Not to mention the chaos that ensued with him. But no, he was on his job. The flying, the darting down, the going up when I thought he was like, ooh. Langston was like, we're good. No, you're not. I loved everything about it. He tossed that house up and them people. I said, okay. Because at first I was like, all right, he'll probably do a little damage and then he'll fly off, right? Like he's going to go find Chris. He's going to do whatever. The fact that he stayed and he was like, I got something for all your asses. Like, I loved everything about it, but it far exceeded my expectations here, Tyra. I was amazed.
I'm very,
Gobsmacked was
very
the word.
surprised. He needs to make sure Eagerly is on hand in every season. Why isn't Eagerly a part of the action more often? They use Eagerly for these little mundane tasks, and it's like Eagerly is the annoying bird that'll hug Chris, but will peck everybody else because we only care about Chris. No, Eagerly can actually do stuff. Maybe put Eagerly on the job. What the hell? Took out many a man, even Titties. Titties was holding on for dear life, all about Eagerly.
I said, "Is that the carotid? Like, look at it. Like, listen. Eagly knew what to do. Eagly trained to go.
Oh my gosh. I just thought it was so funny how it was shot. It was great. Eagerly was like, oh, God damn it, Chris, where are you? Eagerly was a little annoyed that they even had to get outside and move like that. They don't pay me enough for this. I just like to sit around and eat chips. But Harcourt, don't piss me off, Harcourt. Oh God. Broke and in denial. You know, this is another one with dirty walls.
Dirty walls. God, are you even trying?
Girl, we already knew what was up with Harcourt last episode, but here is, Chris confronting her with the fact that she's looking for a fight. Girl, when that lady just, of course, assumed maybe she must be a domestic violence victim. I can help you. We know people sometimes, like, ma'am, and she lashes out. Girl, you look like you've been in a fight. And majority of the time, if it's a woman, it's just, she made the assumption, but she was just trying to help. And baby, we're being abrasive, being mad, pulling the whole stunt and getting discount clear as chips and dip for this function. What is life? I need her to find her purpose. I need her to recenter and find her purpose outside of this because this is just so sad. Harcourt was so serious last season and had so much intention, but since they've taken that job away and that title and kind of reprimanded her for doing what she was told to do, it's like, well, what is life? I just don't give a damn. And she's pushing people away, people being Chris, because Chris is like, I see it. I see you and me. We're both lost, turned out, broke, in denial, hurt, depressed. Yeah. And then he said, oh, like last time you were leaving for that fight? Because, so, girl, you've been here. You've been here in this space for quite some time. And when Chris tries to confront you, all while being a friend at the same time, she dismisses it. I don't know what rock bottom looks like, but this is pretty low. But maybe Chris over there in that other dimension is going to give her the mission in the fight that she's longing for. Because, baby, it ain't out there. And if you ain't going to get somebody's 9 to 5 to do something with your time, we ain't got time for you to be covering up bruises in the midst of the sister circle. Ashley?
Girl, if she wouldn't have cussed out everybody in the thing and called that man a Muppet baby, maybe she could have had a job at the CVS. Like girl, because you got to do something. You're living in degradation and squalor with dirty walls, no draperies. Like, girl, y'all had money last season. Did your money disappear that fast? Like, this is how you've been living, honey, the whole time. But outside of that, Harcourt needs to find who she is outside of this. I really wish she would go away and come back. Girl, maybe you go to Gotham and find a job. Somebody will hire you. It's a criminal underbelly. You can find something to do there. This will give her the mission she needs with Chris, especially if he gets stuck in that other dimension and they have to go find him. But I hate that that's her whole life. Her whole life is her mission, like is her job. You know what I mean? It centers around this. I want more for her. As far as the encounter with the lady, that was so mean. Leave that lady alone. She just really thought she thought you needed a shelter, honey. She thought you needed, saving. But I mean, her anger is so misplaced at this point. And again, I still just think she wants to feel something. And what's sad is she's kind of shunning the only safe love she could get, which could be from the friend group, which could be from Chris potentially. Not that I think that that's a relationship I'm shipping, but I mean, it's safer than what you're doing now, baby. You are in a destructive spiral. If she doesn't find purpose in the next couple episodes, she might be on the hit list.
Girl, I
Well,
can't.
what else do you do? Where's your personality outside of that? That was it?
That was it. That was it. I can't ship anything after this episode because why would you come at me like that? for anybody here in this space, they know each other's buttons and how fragile, especially since they've, done the devil's tango before. Maybe you know what it is, and you know who Chris is. Y'all did a whole full breakdown on him before you met him, so you could, get into him. For her to say, like, I'm not as picked up as you are, like, get out of my face. Girl, you are. You are. That's why he came over here, because we recognize that you are this messed up. I need her to get a grip soon and figure out who she is now and know that she has purpose and a plan, even if it's not for whatever organization. And get a coin, because like I don't know how they keeping the lights on at this point. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it's very mean hardcore. Because everybody knows Chris needs a friend. And it don't take much to push his little fragile self off the deep end. But where we pretty much end off in this episode, maybe Chris said, well, if I can't get it out here, maybe I can get it over there. Talking to Adebayo, beginning of the episode, like, yep, not going to go in there. It's not safe, and I am being surveillance. We don't need any activity popping off. Let me avoid the room. Soon as he gets denied, gets his little feelings hurt, he's going through the phone. He already been through it early. Oh, look at that. Oh, she actually likes me over there. Everything's just so great over there. Then we come back here, don't even acknowledge the mess and the things that took place with eagerly having to defend the goddamn home front. I'm just gonna look here because she's so great over there. Let me text. Oh, it's not sending. It won't deliver in this dimension. I have to go over there now. And in the midst of him going over there, we hear talks of like he's been missing. Where's Chris? Where's Peacemaker? He's never gone for this long. He doesn't even read the room or acknowledge anything. He's just so out of it. Like Chris is never like superbly on his game or agile, but it's like this is not the time for you to be drunk off your rocker and going over here into this other dimension just so you can send this text message and get a hey back and a broken heart. Ashley, how did you feel about this?
Yeah, Chris is a lunatic. I thought the same thing. I was like, at the very least, why wouldn't you go into your room? You're sitting in that common room. You overhear them. You don't think to say, let me go in and just say, I'm here, I'm fine, whatever. But I mean, they're immediately suspicious because where is he? He's gone more than usual, more than often, and he's oblivious. Even Eagly's trying to get his attention. Like, fool, look around. Do you see what's happened here? And he's just, I mean, oh God, I really just want him to leave the substances alone and get a grip. Like, get a grip, Chris. And the fact that you're going over here again so haphazardly, not considering the differences, you know nothing about this other Peacemaker. Like, you've done no research. You have no clue how to even interact. The family's gonna know immediately something's up. Your brother already was kind of smelling it first episode. I mean, your fake brother, whatever it is. And it's just only a matter of time. I think this will only result in disaster. But I'm ready for it. I knew he was going to be over there and trying to live this life. I didn't know necessarily that it was going to really happen this soon. Like by the third episode, we're already over here. We're immersed. Like when I watched the previews, I was like, oh, okay, that's what we doing, Chris. Like, all right, GQ in the alternate universe.
So you mean tell me if it's not hardcore, there's nothing in this universe for me. I just need to go over there and seek out whatever. Like these people need to find their own purpose outside of their prospective jobs, their significant others. Like it's just, sir, it's just not that. He didn't do any kind of intel into anything, which leads us into whatever's going to happen in this next episode. Baby, if you see that trailer, Chris is living his best life in his best good shirt.
In his silk shirt, honey.
Girl, it's like, oh, it's the best universe ever. Oh my God, I love it here. Like
his Silk Sonic.
This is the bottom is gonna fall out of this. I don't think they're that crazy. Not only did you kill the brother, the real Chris, but you dismembered the body. We chopped it up. You burnt it up. Put it in the incinerator and the whole thing. Like it's just no coming back from this. And we know it's only going to be an amount of time before they realize something is going on. I wish they would take a little bit more time to thoroughly explain these dimensions because it seems like I don't even think like they don't know that but they don't have access to it. He has access to enter through this door, but they couldn't do the same. And I guess the only reason the other Chris was able to get there because it was in the midst of the fight and them going through the door together. But nobody's familiar with the dimension of the doors outside of Chris at this point. But this is not going to go well. I do look forward to getting the others and seeing them play characters completely outside of themselves. And I want to see everybody. I want to see Adebayo. Vigilante was very excited. He was like, oh my God, I wonder what I'm like over there. It's supposed to be like, yeah, Vigilante, I don't think it's going to be as great as you would hope for if this is you on the other side. And I want to know how long it's going to be before he realizes something is afoot. But knowing Chris, it's not going to be this episode and it's going to take some time. But while they're having a good time with this Chris in the other space, they're going to be actively seeking out and looking for them because after, Titty's neck heals up and Tim Meadow gets up off the ground, we're going to go back to that radiation that was coming off of that door and try to gain access to it. Ashley, predictions?
Yeah, it's definitely going to implode. I don't even think he knows how to use the tech over here in the other multiverse. And again, I think it's and again I use multiverse for lack of a better word, but abundance, I do kind of agree with that. Multiverse fatigue is real. I do think that it is a cop out in a way because in the multiverse you can just do whatever you want to do.
Do whatever you want to do. And
Yeah,
I said, we said that last convert, last live. Like it's a slippery slope.
yeah. I mean, while it can be fun and while it can open up new things, it does make you ask the question: were you guys just not capable of making something shake in this regular realm or whatever or scope? But yeah, this is definitely going to implode. The brother is going to be hot on his tail as far as you're not acting like yourself. Like, what's going on here? It's only a matter of time before someone else finds that door. And I do think Vigilante will be missing his friend. But again, when you're over here, they have to do a better job of explaining exactly how this works. We need to know about the time, space situation, like how long is he really over there? And then what's it going? Is there going to be a deficit felt in real time? Like how long? If he's there for 5 minutes, how long is that in our present world? There's more, I think, when you introduce a multiverse concept, you have to flesh it out more. Right now, we don't know anything, and maybe we'll get that in episode 3. But I think when you introduce it in episode 1, we should have gotten more of an understanding. There's got to be an expert. This room, this dimensional portal wasn't just placed there. It's seeming like it's been there. The alien is very comfortable
He
here.
says, since this is what I grew up with, just like you're a Methodist, this is the same as something like Christianity. This has been here since birth. Like, what?
So what have we been doing with it and why hasn't it been addressed up to this point? I think that's definitely a flaw, but we'll see. He and Harcourt will probably bang it out, but it seems like she said she was heartbroken. So I want to know what's tea on that. And I agree with you. I want to see all of these characters' iterations in the other multiverse. I want to see how different and how far-fetched they can go because that is the one benefit. If we're going to do it, let's do it all the way. Let's do it, all the way up. And I want to see the extremes from everyone on the other side.
Because I really didn't expect this going into the new season. I've never been interested in anybody's multiverse. I really thought that we were going to have some independent agency and go on our own little solo lone missions because we don't need a Justice League. We are now the League of whatever, and we're very self-contained. We're the odd guys out. When you can't get the Justice League or whoever, you call us. I thought it was going to be that and them dealing with their everyday lives. And I thought Dad was going to be there in the form of a terror, a tyrant, and a ghost. Because, we have him sit down next to him at the end of season 1. And it's just like, I thought I got rid of you. You're still here. You're still subconsciously on me. So I'm not free of that in the way that I thought I was. I'm still, traumatized. I never expected us to go over here.
I didn't. And we got a piece of it with the Justice Gang, but they were here for 2 seconds. That wasn't his thing. So now, like, this ragtag band of, I don't know, because what is their real purpose now? They saved the world last season. What do you do now? You gonna save the multiverse?
Child.
Dimension? What happened?
We shall see. But y'all, that was the show. That was the episode. Please hit that like button. Please leave commentary below on your thoughts or your predictions for the next episode. Ashley, anything you want to share before we get out of here?
Do not forget, on Sunday, we will be talking Jussie Smollett, the truth about Jussie Smollett. Monday night, we'll be talking K pop Demon Hunters. You all know Tuesday is for Game of Thrones. And honestly, be on the lookout. There may be a double feature Sunday or Monday. I haven't talked to Tyra about it yet, but I watched a documentary this morning at 6 o'clock this morning that needs to be discussed. It needs to be discussed.
What
So
is it
watch it
called?
now. It's called Unknown Caller, The High School Catfish. Go watch it,
Okay.
y'all. It's on Netflix. It's only an hour and a half, cute hour and a half. It needs to be on the schedule. We need to talk about it. But thank y'all for coming through. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. But girl, yes, yes.
Absolutely. We are going to get out of here. I'm going to leave you guys with a members only watch along choice for next Saturday. So if you happen to have been gifted a membership, if you are currently a member and you want to join us in on those things, feel free to join us or consider becoming a member if you're not one already. But we will see you guys next time for more Peacemaker. Everybody have a good night.
Good night.